Driving down the road here at Statesboro. Remember last year it all came down to these two teams, South Georgia and Chattanooga. Tormenta got the chip, but it's never too late for some Red Wolf redemption. We've got a championship rematch for you right here on ESPN+. Hello and welcome, I'm Brian Klein, very happy to be with you. Stark contrast for these two teams as we take a look at the table, both of them below the playoff line. Now Chattanooga is 0-2-2 since moving on from Ziggy Koratowski. That's actually their second best four-match stretch of the year. Tormenta coming off a 4-goal win against Lexington after a bye last week. That's their largest margin of victory in club history. And, well, Tobias Otieno, a big reason why. Key players brought to you by Galactic Comics. Now, Otieno is, as always, a key player. 2 goals and an assist this year. The first multi-goal season of his 4-year professional career. Scored in the 4th minute against Lexington 2 weeks ago off a set piece. Ian Cameron says Tormenta is going to ride Otieno for as long as possible. If you're a Tormenta fan, don't get comfortable with Otieno. Cameron says he's on his way to Europe pretty soon. Meanwhile, Riley Kraft thrusted into the fire today. He's going to start at left back with Aaron Lombardi on the shelf due to an abductor injury. Kraft, typically a midfielder, he moves back. Question is, can he defend the crosses? He loves to play up. That's his bread and butter. And Lombardi, in the last game against Hailstorm, he was asked to play some 10 towards the end, so Kraft can definitely do that. He can definitely fill Lombardi's shoes offensively, playing up out of the back. Question is, can he help in the back defend for Chattanooga? We're just getting started here on ESPN+. What else can you ask for? Right in the middle of July, a championship rematch. Dessert first. To get started on the League One slate tonight, you're watching it on ESPN+. Lineups and kickoff on the other side.
At Savannah Hilton Head International, you can choose from 11 different airlines, including Southwest Airlines, Breeze Airways, and Avelo Airlines. With up to 70 daily nonstop departures and over 30 nonstop destinations. Savannah Hilton Head International gives you more choices for a travel plan that fits your needs. Savannah Hilton Head International. Visit flysav.com.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, will be to save Bullock County from slow internet. To do so, you must recruit an exceptional tech team. They must be fast, reliable, and absolutely fearless. Time is of the essence. Bullock's internet is dependent on your success. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, will be to save Bullock County from slow internet. To do so, you must recruit an exceptional tech team. They must be fast, reliable, and absolutely fearless. Time is of the essence. Bullock's internet is dependent on your success.
South Georgia Tormenta Soccer presented by Kids World as per usual. I'm Brian Klein here on ESPN+. Very happy to be with you. It's a championship rematch from last year, but it's also a rematch from May 5th. Tormenta is hosting Red Wolves here, and the last time that happened, Tormenta took a 2-0 win. This time in Chattanooga. Week 8, got goals from Brian Sarakowski. He's no longer with the team. He's a kicker. And Pedro Fonseca late in the first half also scored. Now, I asked Chattanooga head coach Jimmy Weekly what he remembers from that game. He said not much. He wasn't really with the team at the time. He had just rejoined the team and really was uninvolved in the scheme. Ziggy Koratowski was the head coach. We take you into Tormenta lineups now, brought to you by PMG and Statesboro Real Estate. Keziah Sterling is definitely someone to look out for, mostly just because of his background. I mean, the guy played in the Premier League for Tottenham, so you see him as one of those strikers alongside Pedro Fonseca in the 4-3-3 Tormenta, trying to defend their home field today. Keziah Sterling, one of the club's elite all-time scorers, has a chance to help them do that today against the Red Wolves. And well, you look at what Walefi has offered for Chattanooga, and you see him right in the teeth of this 4-2-3-1 formation, and he's been the common denominator for the Red Wolves since he first appeared with Chattanooga back in 2019. Really, he's been fantastic, most appearances in club history. Today is his 90th, and Walefi is going to be key today for Chattanooga. We'll see what he can do alongside Andrew Paoli as one of those holding midfielders. And South Georgia Tormenta just snapped a winless skid that was really tough to grind their teeth through. Tormenta, 6 matches without a win, tied their club worst, but got the 4-goal win against Lexington. Meanwhile, Chattanooga coming in with a chance to redeem themselves from last year in the championship. It's going to come down to defending crosses for the Red Wolves. Remember, in the left back, Aaron Lombardi is not going to be there. Riley Kraft replacing him from the midfield playing left back. And now for Tormenta, they're going to have to work quickly because sometimes, according to Ian Cameron, they have a tendency to fall in love with possession. The offense must be a little bit more dynamic than it has recently. Keys to the match brought to you by Aspen Aerogels. Again, I'm Brad Klein. Thank you so much for joining us here in Statesboro. Remember, both teams below the playoff line. We are underway for the second bout of 2023 between these two clubs, South Georgia Tormenta and the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Tobias Otieno, we mentioned him early on in the broadcast as someone to look out for. He works it in towards the box, and the Red Wolves do a nice job on the box out. Carlos Aviles getting ready to kick this one off for the Red Wolves. Now Aviles, 24 years old, out of Dallas, Texas, played for Tormenta back in 2021. He's taken the job from Ricardo Harris, the 37-year-old. Originally was the starter, but Jimmy Weekly has since gone with the youngster, and he's really liked what he's seen out of Aviles, despite a really tough statistical season for the Red Wolf defense. 29 goals allowed, that's last in League One. With 2 clean sheets, that's second to last in League One. Keziah Sterling upended. We've got an early yellow card.
The yellow card is shown to Chattanooga Red Wolves.
And it goes on Mikhail Williams. So Williams, the Trinidad and Tobago native, in the 2nd minute, picks up a yellow card. That's his 6th of the season. 38 appearances in MLS for the Colorado Rapids back in 2016, 2017 for Williams. He brings a whole lot of experience. A restart and a free kick. Jake Dangler sends it to the corner. Nifty move by Sterling. Man who began the infancy of his pro career in the Premier League, came up through the Tottenham Academy and then was signed to the senior team for a couple of years. Sends it in. Nice run, and that one is swallowed up. Carlos Aviles. Sterling trying to turn around again, and His pass to Elijah Amo wasn't there. So Chattanooga 0-2-2 in their last 4 matches, and believe it or not, that's good news. Keziah Sterling on the run. Aviles off his line. He kicks it away. A foot race, and Sterling didn't win it that time. Tormenta teleports upfield, and Elijah Amo will give the keys to Nick Akoto. And as I was saying, 0-2-2, and that's actually good news for a 3-win team in the Red Wolves. Had 2 wins in a 3-match stretch early on in the year, but outside of that, 0-2-2 is the best 4-match stretch of the year for the Red Wolves. That one is loose, and TJ Bush couldn't really clear it away cleanly. Got a whistle, and it's going Tormenta's way. So TJ Bush, the 25-year-old keeper out of Fairfax, Virginia. That's a DC suburb. Trying to facilitate for Tormenta out of the back. You can see road struggles for Chattanooga. On top of their 0 wins, 7 losses, they only have 1 goal on the road. Tormenta has not had too much success here in Statesboro either. Something's got to give today. Eckenberg, man who spent his entire pro and semi-pro career with Tormenta. Now it's top of the 18, and Chattanooga tries to clear it away. It's still loose, and Otieno controls with the right. Now Amo works it back, and the pass errant. Akoto could not track it down, so the Red Wolves dodge a bit of a bullet there. It looked like Tormenta had something going. There's Riley Kraft on the throw, and remember, his presence as the starting left back is going to be crucial in this one, with Aaron Lombardi out with an abductor injury. Butch the midfield, and Kraft plays up. Originally, he's a midfielder. Loves to play up, and that's something that Lombardi does very well as well. So in talking to Jimmy Weekly, he anticipates that to be a smooth transition. The question is, will Kraft fill his end of the bargain as a true defender in helping Aviles out? Otieno could not find Akoto on the near touchline. Nice play by Mael Malongo. Good ball ahead. Is he onside? Back touch, and Fonseca had no help. So Renteria trying to help the Red Wolves work it towards midfield, but nothing going, with Preston Kilwine picking up the loose ball. Can Tormenta strike first? They scored in the 4th minute 2 weeks ago, their last match against Lexington. Jake Dangler with pressure. Now granted, there was a quick start in the match, but it was not a quick start to the match 2 weeks prior. 2-hour weather delay, and then the set piece in the 4th minute for Tobias Otieno. He scored. So quick, but not very quick, I guess you could say. Foul goes on Siobhan Marsh, the 29-year-old midfielder. We've got another whistle again against Marsh. I beg your pardon, this time it's Walefi. The captain picks up a yellow card in minute number 8. And take another look The Vandy's Barbecue replay has you covered. And Walefi, in his yellow card, gives Tormenta a nice set-piece opportunity. That's how they scored goal number 1 in the 5-1 drubbing against Lexington their last time out. Kingsford Ajay. Ajay lines up the free kick and a diving save by Aviles. But it pinballs into a corner kick. Vandy's Barbecue replay. Ajay took it direct and Aviles read it the entire way.
Mark up, Omar. Get fucking tight.
So Ajay will take this set piece again. 24-year-old out of Ghana, second-year pro, has titles in each of his last 2 years, with Tormenta last year and then a USL League Two title in 2021. Ajay on the corner. They go low. It's loose in the box, right by the 6. Who's there? Dangler didn't take it, and a score for Tormenta! It comes in the 10th minute. Pinball, who picked it up? Tormenta did, and they get it going in the 10th. Wow! Deal with Deshaun Nembard in the right place at the right time.
FC scored by number 12, Deshaun.
Off the corner kick from Kingsford Ajay. Nembard with goal number 2 on the year. And Tormenta playing on the front foot at home. Chance for consecutive wins coming off the bye. Offside for Omar Gomez. So Deshaun Nembard, whose lone professional goal was scored 2 weeks ago against Lexington in the 5-1 win. Picking up right where he left off. TJ Bush given plenty of time, plenty of space to operate. And Amo could not take it in. Do the Red Wolves have something going here? Omar Gomez, soft touch, it's a run, Bush off his line, and upended. Siobhan Marsh was charging in. TJ Bush doing the same. Jake Dangler might have been called for a foul and a trip on Marsh in the box. We've got a penalty kick coming up for the Red Wolves and a potential quick response. Here's another look on the Vandy's Barbecue replay. Preston Kilwine came in, and Siobhan Marsh has a penalty kick. An opportunity for the 29-year-old to tie this one up. Is this the equalizer? Oh yeah! Siobhan Marsh, he strikes first for Chattanooga. Goal number 4 on the year for Marsh. And the equalizer comes in minute number 13. TJ Bush just guesses incorrectly. Siobhan Marsh wins a penalty, converts on the penalty kick. Marsh last scored on June 24th in a 2-2 draw against Charlotte. So his first goal of July comes just 3 minutes after Tormenta got the scoring started. Only 2 goals scored between these two teams in the first bout of the year. Both of them belong to Tormenta. came on May 5th. 3 goals scored in the meeting prior in the final to end last season. 2 of those belong to Tormenta. Nick Akoto trying to direct traffic on the near touch line and they back it out. You're talking about a Red Wolf offense striking right back, and an offense that has struggled mightily all year. 15 goals, including the score by Marsh just a moment ago. And Nick Akoto not fast enough there. 15 goals, that's second to last in League One, and they convert on only 10% of their shots. That's tied for last in League One with Central Valley. Fuego playing Lexington at 10 o'clock Eastern on ESPN+. Otieno had one of the 5 goals for Tormenta 2 weeks ago. Deshaun Nembard has the only goal for Tormenta today. Chips it up. Give and go with Otieno. Elijah Amo could not keep that run going, but now Amo has a chance at redemption if he can facilitate here. Keziah Sterling. He juggles himself. Cross up. Right in the middle of the box, and Chattanooga is able to clear this one away. Omar Gomez with a high kick. Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL League One and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. So Chattanooga gets a restart. Typically, Mo Espinoza takes all the restarts for the Red Wolves, but he is out today. That's an important loss, not only for the restarts, but he also draws a bunch of doubles. And speaking of Espinoza out, here's the Optum Sports Medicine injury report. It is a laundry list for the Red Wolves, and that's been probably their biggest Achilles heel, no pun intended, this season. The good news for Tormenta is that they don't have any injuries to report. That's somewhat new news for South Georgia. Ian Cameron says that Tormenta is as healthy as they've been all year. Give and go, Riley Kraft playing up from left back, but he could not keep that one going, and an errant clearance for Preston Kilwine. This keeps the Red Wolves alive on the second true run. The first one yielded the penalty kick and a goal in the 13th minute for Siobhan Marsh. Andrew Paoli's first true touch of the evening. So you see Riley Kraft and his expertise in the front. He will be tested in the back later today. After spending 2021 with the Kickers, Kraft went back down to USL League Two with the Des Moines Menace before rejoining the pro ranks with the Red Wolves. And he has a tattoo on his right calf. You might be able to see it. Number 98. And a whistle against Chattanooga. Maya Malongo gets the foul. But the tattoo for Riley Kraft, who's on the left-hand corner of your screen, reads, "I just didn't quit." That's his motto. Coming up from League Two after previously being a pro, not easy. And he's back and crucial for the Red Wolves today. Tormenta flips the field, and it's Sterling backing it out. A collision, no call. For now, Tormenta playing with numbers. Otieno could not find Ajay. Here come the Red Wolves. Couldn't thread the needle. Jake Dangler on the nice interception. Dangler added 8 pounds in the offseason of muscle. Wanted to get stronger, more durable, which has been a strength of his throughout his career, but can never be too strong and too durable. An opportunity for the Red Wolves, but TJ Bush ends it quickly, playing out of the box. Impressive start for Chattanooga, scoring 3 minutes after Deshaun Nembard got the scoring started off a corner kick, and now a tie-up towards midfield. And Chris Eckenberg is the culprit. Was born in Santa Clara, California, raised in Melbourne, Australia. Here's another look, thanks to Vandy's barbecue. And he just clipped him from behind. So Omar Gomez took the shot. And Mikael Williams, who was booked for a yellow in the 2nd minute. A busy start to the evening for him. Intercepted pass, Otieno gives it to Fonseca. Good ball ahead, and Sterling couldn't get it himself. Otieno can't keep it alive. Elijah Amos still charging in, but Chattanooga clears it away. Here's Nick Akoto, South Miami, Florida native. Giving it up to TJ Bush. Tormenta coming off a bye week. They're 0-2 off of bye weeks this season. They lost 2-0 against Union Omaha on the road on June 24th, then a 3-2 loss at Fuego. Here's a run for Chattanooga. Omar Gomez was hit hard. He hit the deck, but no call, and Tormenta with a big-time tackle on Gomez. Have another look. Gomez had some space. Dangler on the closeout, and Dangler hits nothing but ball. Got a corner kick for Chattanooga here. Siobhan Marsh on the corner kick. Marsh, he wants to go back post. He boomed that one over Sterling's head, lets it go. Got a goal kick coming up for TJ Bush. And Jake Dangler is there as well, but Chattanooga misses an opportunity on the set piece. Tormenta, a responsive run. It's Ajay. Cuts right, sends it into the box, no one home. Nick Akoto didn't make the run. So Carlos Aviles boom it away and try to facilitate for the Red Wolves. Chattanooga, led by Jimmy Weekly, the interim head coach, took over for Ziggy Korotowski in mid-June. And this is the second time that Weekly has taken the Red Wolf reins on an interim basis.
Chattanooga, number 12, Carlos
Meanwhile,
Aviles.
Carlos Aviles gets a yellow for the delay. Weekly took over as the interim head coach in the middle of last year when Jimmy Obleda was let go. And then when Korotowski and the Red Wolves cut ties, Chattanooga upper management made one call. It was to Weekly. The funny thing was, hadn't really been with the team all that much. Towards the beginning of this year, he was called upon by his family to move down to Florida, at least for a temporary stretch of time, and tend to the family business, a line of grocery stores. So he was out of soccer mode, but he's back, and he basically just here to help out Chattanooga and the Red Wolves, and he loves the organization, trying to help out where he's needed. Tormenta has a chance here. Ajay trying to turn around, couldn't square it up. Tobias Otieno, the cross, who's home, and the Red Wolves clear it away. Siobhan Marsh trying to nab it away from Nembarn, but could not do so. Tormenta might not be done. For the moment, though, it's a really nice play by Chattanooga's back line. And a bicycle clearance right there, disrupting that play. Remember, the Chattanooga defense has never started the same back four in multiple games this year. Now Pedro Fonseca, wacky hop. He's on the end line. He's trying to turn around. No cross coming. And instead, Chattanooga takes it away. Goal kick coming up. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2023, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN Plus, the home to the USL, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Fonseca wants to run, and Elijah Amo is on the same wavelength. Amo in the corner. What can he do from here? Otieno makes a mistake, and the Red Wolves take over. Malongo with Nick Akoto toe-to-toe on the defense. Give and go. Back to Malongo. And another clean slide tackle for Jake Dengler. 2 for 2. Dengler is all over the place today. First one was potentially a goal-saving stop on Omar Gomez. That one was just clinical. Foul in the center circle. Siobhan Marsh is the culprit. And remember, fans, as a thank you for watching today's broadcast, Tormenta FC has provided the promo code for 10% off your purchase at tormentafcshop.com. The online store has official TFC apparel, jerseys, and accessories. The promo code to get 10% off your entire merchandise order is USL Champions. All caps, no spaces. Use the code USL Champions at tormentafcshop.com to get 10% off your next and entire merchandise order. So Chattanooga, club that has been through trials and tribulations this year, not looking phased against the team that defeated them in the final last year. Here's a nice run, but shot goes wide left. And the Red Wolves couldn't get anything for Pedro Hernandez there. He was kind of doing it himself. Tormenta is 6-1-2 all time against Chattanooga. Booming kick, trying to flip the field and teleport down. Elijah Amo couldn't pick up the crumbs. So Tobias Otieno throwing in. He's been a key holding midfielder for Tormenta pretty much all year. Got a whistle, push from the back. Keziah Sterling was shoved. Pedro Fonseca extending his arms. Oh, beg your pardon, Walefi. And Walefi already has a card, so has to be cautious. Marsh in the box out and got tangled up. Chris Heckenberg hooking his arm. I was talking to Jimmy Weekly earlier this week. Asked him about the strategy against Tormenta. He really said that it's going to come down to trying to be physical with the smaller and quicker midfielders that Tormenta has. And we've seen a couple of yellows issued to Mikael Williams, to Walefi, and they're taking that to heart. It's been a physical 30 minutes on both sides. But Weekly seems to think that's the advantage that the Red Wolves may have over Tormenta today. Here's a chance for the Red Wolves, and lost by Malongo. On the run himself, sloppy dribbling, and TJ Bush vacuums the loose ball. Ian Cameron in his 4th season, 34 years old, from Scotland. Took over in the middle of 2020. He coached Tormenta 2 in USL League 2 prior to taking over. Walefi with a nice pass, they work it to Omar Gomez, and back to Walefi center circle. Kraft cheats up. Malongo has the keys once again. Here's the cross from Malongo, and it's cleared away by the cranium of Jake Dengler. Deshaun Nembard, Tormenta's goal scorer from the 10th minute, pops it up. Nembard got the scoring started off a corner kick. Shortly after, Siobhan Marsh won a penalty and got TJ Bush to guess incorrectly on the penalty kick for his 4th goal of the season. Almo to Heckenberg. Heckenberg was shoved by Walefi again. No call again. Walefi has already been booked back in the 8th minute. Malongo works through a bear hug of Akoto. Walefi in his 90th appearance as a Red Wolf, all-time leader in club history. Booms it downfield, but Tormenta handles it nicely. Ajay finds Tobias Otieno. Walefi in space. He's dangerous there. Gives it up to Malongo. What can he do with the right? Oh, he whiffed. And a man down. Oh, that strike was intended for the ball. Instead, it found Nick Akoto. Take another look. Akoto takes it to the left hip, if not knee. Looked like he was holding his knee, but he's back up, and that's the good news. Nick Akoto, so important to what Tormenta has done all year. He started in each of Tormenta's, or all but one of Tormenta's 16 matches, I should say. has a goal and an assist this season. Kraft in the neon pink. Boots it ahead. Siobhan Marsh stays onside. Marsh, here's the cross, and it goes, well, I should say offside. Let him play. So Siobhan Marsh. So Siobhan Marsh, a little antsy there. Can't blame him after scoring in minute number 13 for his 4th of the season. That's a team best. Marsh is the 3rd of 5 brothers, grew up in inner city Jamaica. And he's got a crucial nickname too, Messi. Call him Messi Marsh. Only timely with Messi debuting in the States. I'm pretty sure Marsh likes to shop at Publix too. Can't confirm that. That's just a hunch. Omar Gomez calling for the foul. Chris Heckenberg took the punishment. He's back up. Heckenberg holds tri-citizenship. Australia, New Zealand, and the U.S. Keziah Sterling operating in space gives it to Nick Akoto. Here's the cross, doesn't come, it's poked away, and a corner kick coming up. Mikhail Williams in the passing lane. And a corner kick for Tormenta, presented by Herb Shop. So an opportunity for Tormenta. Kingsford Ajay will take it from the right side. The second-year pro did not play in the first bout of the season against Chattanooga. Has a chance to make his mark in bout number 2. Corner kick goes back post, it's loose and trickles away. Now a chance for Fonseca. Asking for a handball, doesn't get it. Ajay couldn't win the 50-50 there. And Chattanooga will have to defend another corner kick. So another Herb Shop corner for Kingsford Ajay. Deja vu, rinse and repeat, back to the right corner. We'll see what Ajay does. He really boomed it the first time. See if he goes lower and gives
Mark up.
someone else a chance.
Strong first post, Mael. Strong first post.
Ajay's corner, an opportunity for Tormenta to regain the lead. Siobhan Marsh captures the loose ball, and here comes Chattanooga. So Tormenta coming off the bye week. Ian Cameron said it finally gave the team an opportunity to focus on themselves. Made a slight tweak against Lexington to get more Bodies on the back line, and here's a body on the back line. Keziah Sterling, his body somersaults over Aviles. Yellow card on the keeper, Aviles. That's his second, and that means Aviles, he's sent off.
To Chattanooga Red Wolves SC goalkeeper number 12, Carlos Aviles.
Wow. In the 39th minute, Chattanooga forced to go to keeper number 2. Here's another look. Sterling had a nice run, and Aviles came in at the last moment. And if you're the defense attorney for Carlos Aviles, you're saying, hey, he's going for the ball. Where is he supposed to attack? The ball and Sterling's feet, and that's the same space. Gets a yellow card for a delay, and then another yellow for the play on Keziah Sterling. So with the 24-year-old sent off, Chattanooga is going to be forced to turn to the 37-year-old, Ricardo Jerez. How about this? Aviles not happy with the call. And the question is, how will Chattanooga respond? The defense, which struggles probably more than any other club in League One this season, going to Ricardo Jerez. And Jerez's first test is going to be a penalty kick against a former Premier Leaguer in Keziah Sterling. I beg your pardon. We're going to go to J.D. Myers instead. The 6', 175 Utah native J.D. Myers getting ready to check in. The Chattanooga bench gets a yellow card as well. Some frustration brewing on the sideline for the Red Wolves as Carlos Aviles is sent off in the 39th minute on his second yellow card, gets the red. And J.D. Myers is about to make his debut. Talk about a tough situation for a kid to be thrust into. J.D. Myers is coming in for Carlos Aviles. And the Utah native has never appeared in a professional match. This will be his debut. Myers in for Aviles after the 39th minute double booking.
Substitution for the Chattanooga Red Wolves.
24-year-old keeper.
Exiting the match, number 17, Omar Gomez. Entering the match, number 77,
Omar
J.D.
Gomez
Myers.
will sit as in it. Omar Gomez, will sit for J.D. Myers, with Chattanooga playing with 10. Welcome to the show, J.D. Myers. His first professional look against Keziah Sterling, a penalty kick, and Sterling scores. Tormenta 2, Chattanooga 1. Tormenta regains the lead in minute number 43, Keziah Sterling. He scores his 4th goal of the season, making his professional debut. And Keziah Sterling takes advantage.
Scored by number 9, Keziah Sterling.
So Sterling wins the penalty on Aviles and converts on Myers. And nothing new for Keziah Sterling, the 3rd all-time leading PK scorer in Tormenta history. He has 21 goals with South Georgia, which is 2nd all-time in club history. Well, the last time Chattanooga gave up a goal, they responded 3 minutes later. Now they're playing with 10 men. Heckenberg finds Ajay on the far touchline. Ajay, nifty move, spin cycle, sends it in. It's popped up, and J.D. Myers watches that one go. Myers, the first-year pro, will face another set piece. It'll be a corner kick presented by Herb Shop. Kingsford Ajay taking it from the dominant side. And Heckenberg trying to help him out, does the opposite in the corner. So for the moment, Chattanooga can breathe. But that moment won't last very long. You're playing with 10 men, a first-year pro as your keeper. J.D. Myers leapfrogs Ricardo Jerez on the depth chart. Jerez has a great deal of experience, but at this juncture, the Red Wolves choosing to go with the kid. So Jake Dangler now in the center circle. He's had a fantastic match as the Tormenta fullback. They go back to the box. Sterling leaps. He whiffs. It's up in the box and popped up in the air. Once again, J.D. Myers can't capture it. Another corner kick pending
officials indicated there will
for
be a minimum
Tormenta.
of 3 minutes of stoppage time.
We'll get 3 minutes of stoppage time in the first half. Have another look of how Tormenta got yet another corner. Mikael Williams off of his head and over the goal line. First half stoppage presented by the clubhouse. Kingsford Ajay. Another corner kick. Can Tormenta strike again? They go low. It's loose. The strike from Otieno is poked away. Jake Dangler now. He might not be done with the left. It's a grounder pass inside. And a whistle going against Tormenta. Deshaun Nembard offside. And while Leffy wanted a foul. Ajay pedal to the metal. In traffic, dribbles past Marsh. Could have gone to Akoto on the near touchline, instead backs it out. With halftime on the horizon. Sterling has a goal off a penalty kick. It came about 4 minutes ago. He's pushed and a foul. Sterling pops right back up. Here's Fonseca. Goes to Akoto. Nearly a handball on Riley Kraft. Chattanooga might have gotten away with one. And Marsh couldn't complete the run himself. Otieno was in stride with him. Kraft tugging at the jersey of Akoto, and a clear call for the referee.
Fourth, let's not change the rules of the game. Fourth. If any adjudicator sees that individually, that's probably a yellow. That could be a more obvious yellow. Fourth, you said you speak to us. There's nothing to watch now. Come on. That can be a clear yellow. I don't think that was fair. That's why you play by your rules of how we watch you up to that yellow card.
Tormenta 2. The Red Wolves 1. And South Georgia playing a man up the rest of the way with Carlos Avila sent off. 2 yellow cards for the keeper. Chattanooga with their backs against the wall. They're down by 1 on the road, and they're working with the young J.D. Myers making his professional debut. Wow, what a start. We're back in a moment right here on ESPN Plus. A lot cooking, but on the other side, we're going to give you a whole lot. What you might have missed from the midweek. Mark Schoenster takes you through it. Right now, South Georgia 2, Chattanooga 1.
Hey, are you ready yet?
Nelson Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play.
Including Southwest Airlines, Breeze Airways, and Avelo Airlines. With up to 70 daily nonstop departures and over 30 nonstop destinations. Savannah Hilton Head International gives you more choices for a travel plan that fits your needs. Savannah Hilton Head International. Visit flysav.com.
Hi, I'm Michelle Smith-Lang from Kids World Learning Center here in Statesboro, Georgia. Let us take care of all of your child care needs here at Kids World Learning Center, from your infants all the way to your after-schoolers. We also have a summer camp and holiday camp for those older children. And we have our brand new bus for our field trips, for the children to have fun and to learn and to explore new things all around our beautiful county. Thank you for trusting us with your most prized possessions.
We're back in Statesboro for the Kids World Halftime Report. I'm Brian Klein, happy to be with you here for a full 6-course meal in League One today, and we had a nice Tuesday appetizer. Our very own Mark Schoenster relives it.
We always love when we got some League One on a Tuesday, kind of a rare occurrence. We're going to have it happen this next week too, though, so another blessing onto your watching endeavors. It was Northern Colorado against Knoxville. In the 8th minute, you saw that beautiful pass from Arthur Rogers to Trevor Ammon. And oh look, another wonderful pass from Arthur Rogers, this time to Bruno Rendon in the 20th minute to give the Hailstorm a 2-0 lead early on in the game. But then in the 34th minute, this cross from Thomas and the diving header of Angelo Kelly getting his first goal with Knoxville, although at a price you see there, colliding with his teammate Ilya Illich. And if this looks familiar, it's not the same goal, but it's a very familiar and similar looking goal to the one scored earlier. Rogers to Rendon, 3 hat tricks on the day for Arthur Rogers. Keep note on that, we're going to talk more about that later. But there would be another response, and it would be another Angelo Kelly goal. Doesn't look like he hasn't scored all season with an effort like that. Also doesn't look like he got hit in the face earlier in the game. What an effort from him. But later in the match, 90th minute, Billy King said, enough. This game is done. 3 points on the road for the Hailstorm, winning the match 4-2. Eamon Zayed's side, with just 14 games, are sitting atop the table coming into the weekend. And Arthur Rogers is just the 5th player in League One history to rack up 3 assists. Let's go look at the first player to get 3 assists in a League One game all the way back in 2019. Connor Antley in a 3-1 victory over Tucson back in 2019. This is the only game that we're going to highlight here where all 3 goals were assisted by Antley in the match. There were no extra goals by Tormenta in the affair. Also, Connor Antley, the only player to get all 3 of his assists in the second half. He assisted Lucas Coutinho, Alex Morel, and Marco Micheletto. As we pivot over to the second time a player had 3 assists in a single game, Ricky Ruiz on the road at Wake Med Soccer Park. One of the several times that the Chattanooga Red Wolves just styled on North Carolina FC early on in North Carolina FC's tenure in USL League One. You see some of the wonderful assists he puts up on a plate, including this one put in by Jonathan Ricketts. He also assisted Marky Hernandez and Jackson Dietrich in that game. Ricky Ruiz is now playing with RGV in USL Championship. This is a familiar face in League One this season. Devin Boyce, of course, wearing a different jersey. This is the only venue in all of USL League One to see 2 separate 3-assist matches, Irk Russell Park. This one, though, Tormenta fans will be a little bit less excited about. Devin Boyce helping Union Omaha to a 4-0 victory. Kind of nice we can get assists after shots like that. And then this one, for number 3, not only the 3rd assist of the game for Boyce, but also the 3rd goal of the game for Evan Conway, getting a hat trick in that match. Conway now with the San Diego Loyal. As we get to the last time we had a 3-assist game before this last Tuesday, Jonathan Bolaños last season against the Independents Man, he was an assist master last season for the Richmond Kickers. He assisted Ethan Bryant, Matthew Bentley, and Ethan Bryant, the only player to get all 3 of his assists in the first half of a USL League One game. Jonathan Bolaños now with Huntsville City FC. All these players who have been able to accomplish that wonderful accomplishment in USL League One. We're going to step aside for a moment. When we come back, we got more content for you on ESPN+.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Let's take a trip around League One here on ESPN Plus. Matt Glazer for the Mingos forward Madison, winning Coach of the Month, league best 12 points in the month of June. It's his first Coach of the Month honor. I'll tell you what though, Player of the Month, Emiliano Terzaghi, nothing new for him. He scored all 5 of Richmond's goals in the month of June, so of course he is deserving. Trevor Ammon, of course, deserving of Player of the Week, scored 3 goals in the past week in the 2-win week for Hailstorm. And meanwhile, Hailstorm has a couple of representatives. How about Union Omaha with a league best 4 representatives? They've already won 3 consecutive matches. That ties a club record. So Union Omaha trying to build upon that. We'll see if they can do that today, and they have a game tonight. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Richmond Kickers 2, Charlotte Independence 1, and Emiliano Terzaghi, the reigning Player of the Month, he just scored in the 61st minute, so that gave the Kickers the lead. Forward Madison led 2-0 until a moment ago when Olex Anderson scored. Got North Carolina on the board. We'll see if North Carolina can at least get a point against Forward Madison. And on the back end of that one, Greenville up 1-0 at the half over 1 Knoxville. We go to the schedule ahead. Mention Union Omaha with a tough matchup against Hailstorm in Windsor. It will be interesting to see what Union Omaha can do, trying to get 4 consecutive wins. Meanwhile, Hailstorm, a win keeps them on top of the table. Central Valley and Lexington doing battle tonight. Now, since June, combined record of 2-8-3 with a -8 goal differential. We'll see if any of those teams can get a much-needed win, but a lot going on ahead in the upcoming schedule in League One. And Tormenta also has a big-time matchup next Saturday against the Greenville Triumph. Why do I say big time? Because, well, They're playing for a trophy, mind you, the Peach States Derby trophy to be exact. First of all, it just looks cool. Second of all, you get your produce at the top. It's, of course, a big matchup. Most points from the regular season. Whoever wins the season series gets this awesome trophy. And right now, Tormenta in the driver's seat. That means that all they have to do next Saturday is win or draw. Next Saturday on ESPN Plus, catch the action right here. We'll see if Tormenta can walk away with a trophy. We're back in a moment here on ESPN Plus.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, will be to save Bullock County from slow internet. To do so, you must recruit an exceptional tech team. They must be fast, reliable, and absolutely fearless. Time is of the essence. Bullock's internet is dependent on your success.
The Clubhouse in Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play. The Clubhouse in Statesboro, where fun is done.
Hi, I'm Michelle Smith-Lang from Kids World Learning Center here in Statesboro, Georgia. Let us take care of all of your childcare needs here at Kids World Learning Center, from your infants all the way to your after-schoolers. We also have a summer camp and holiday camp for those older children, and we have our brand new bus for our field trips, for the children to have fun and to learn and to explore new things all around our beautiful county. Thank you for trusting us with your most prized possessions.
First half highlights presented by Galactic Comics. I'm Brad Klein here on ESPN Plus. Happy to be with you. Tormenta 2, Chattanooga 1, and it started early. The 10th minute to be exact. Deshaun Nembhard picking up the crumbs off the corner kick, 1-0. But just 3 minutes later, Chattanooga has a chance. Siobhan Marsh wins the penalty and converts on the penalty kick, the second road goal of the season for the Red Wolves. And then it was a few minutes later. It was an upended play of Vilas cheating up actually in the 39th minute. That's the keeper's second yellow card as he tries to keep Sterling off the run. So it means that J.D. Myers has to step in place of Avilas. It's his first professional look, and Keziah Sterling makes it 2-1. Goal number 4 on the year for Sterling. And, well, Tormenta takes that 2-1 lead into the break. That's where we are right now. Galactic Comics and Games showing you the match stats through 45 minutes. And while Tormenta owns possessions, they've owned possession pretty much all year, regardless of who they're playing. Problem is, according to Ian Cameron, they have a tendency to fall into a bit of a non-dynamic lull for their offense. Well, the offense has been dynamic enough. 2-1. They lead Chattanooga through half number 1. Tormenta is undefeated this year when leading at the break. And Chattanooga's Mael Malongo trying to change that. Problem is, the Red Wolves have 3 wins on the year. None of them have come when trailing at halftime. The odds stacked against the Red Wolves, but that hasn't stopped them before. Keziah Sterling and Deshaun Nembhard, the 2 goal scorers for Tormenta, were underway in half number 2. From Statesboro, Keziah Sterling takes it away early. What does Sterling have to start the second half? Nutmegs his defender, Otieno the cross, who's home, it goes high! Pedro Fonseca wanted that one back. And Tormenta just 20 seconds into the second half. They miss an opportunity. Have another look. Otieno, a perfect cross. Fonseca had pressure from Nico Cardona right on his heels. And Fonseca, who has 2 goals and 2 assists this season, had a point-blank look 20 seconds out of the break. Remember, Chattanooga playing with 10 men after the keeper Aviles was sent off with 2 yellow cards in the 39th minute. The Red Wolves get an opportunity on a free kick. Riley Kraft, the left back. In his pink boots, he's right there. On the left-hand side of your screen, Siobhan Marsh next to him. And Kraft booms it in. It's scooped up by TJ Bush. Bush had a mental lapse against Lexington 2 weeks ago in Tormenta's 5-1 win. Ian Cameron was intent on Bush fixing it, but typically gives Tormenta a great deal of stability and range. That's what Cameron loves about Bush's game. Chris Heckenberg finds Jake Dangler, who's had an outstanding match so far. Good ball for Sterling, he shoved. And J.D. Myers, who signed his first professional contract in 2022 with the Red Wolves, he tries to facilitate something for Chattanooga, can't do so. Almost cross is pinballed towards the stands, out of bounds. Nick Akoto was roughed up a little bit in the first half. Throws in for Dangler here. Gilwine dishes it for Nembard. Fonseca had a great point-blank look a moment ago. Touch pass, it's Otieno. Another one. Tries to get to Elijah Amo, but it's taken away by Marsh. Siobhan Marsh is the lone goal scorer for the Red Wolves today. Came on a PK in the 13th minute. The scoring started with Deshaun Nembard in the 10th. And then Keziah Sterling in the 43rd minute, when that's a big-time strike on a turnaround. And Mayo Malongo nearly snuck one by Bush. But instead, Chattanooga will have to settle for a corner. This one just came out of nowhere. Malongo turns around and Bush deflects it. So an Herb Shop corner kick for Chattanooga. Corner advantage belonged to Tormenta in the first half. Here's Riley Kraft. Kraft goes low. And Tormenta will get a goal kick. So TJ Bush has really been working on his skill set with his feet, according to Ian Cameron. That's the next step in Bush's development as a keeper, his ability with his feet. Ajay tries to flip fields, he does. Elijah Amo, a foot race to the end line. Amo finds Akoto. Nifty move in the box. Trying to get a step on Paoli. They send it in. Keziah Sterling, the header, and a diving save. It's J.D. Myers sprawling to his right. Sterling nearly with the brace. Have another look. Climbs the ladder, and J.D. Myers with his first professional save. But he's not out of the woods yet. Another Herb Shop corner kick for Kingsford Ajay from his dominant side. Ajay booms it really strong. Dangler couldn't climb the ladder, but Fonseca chips it back up. And a chance with the head, pinballing loose. And still Tormenta with an opportunity. Fonseca with the right. It goes low, and Chattanooga clears it away. Or do they? Kingsford Ajay keeps it in. Ajay with the neon pink boots. He lost it. And Chattanooga is now out of the woods. Wow. So Ajay went deep. And from there was just asking for traffic inside the 6. Preston Kilwine thought he had a goal with the header, and then Fonseca went low again. Chattanooga eventually cornered Ajay, and the Red Wolves with a sigh of relief there. And here's the problem. At full strength, Chattanooga is struggling on offense this year. They're playing down a man with Aviles having been sent off, the keeper. J.D. Myers in his first professional outing, fresh off of his first professional save. The first shot he faced as a professional came in the 39th minute when Keziah Sterling just snuck a PK right by him. A PK that he inherited when Aviles collided with Sterling. And the Tormenta turnaround, pretty incredible, as Ajay is tornadoed down and a yellow card issued for Pedro Hernandez, who was nearly on mute in the first half, only 8 touches for the winger. And Hernandez gets his name called almost for the first time in the 53rd minute, and it comes on his 3rd yellow card of the year. Hernandez not happy with himself. Opportunity for Ajay. Popped up in the air by Malongo. Hernandez trying to get it up for Chattanooga, but instead it's poked out of bounds by Deshaun Nembhard, beg your pardon, Hernandez. Malongo finds Kraft. Midfielder turned outside back. He sends it up. We've got contact in the box, and Hernandez wanted the whistle instead. He just lost his footing. And no one there to greet the pass. Jake Dangler, Preston Kilwine slowing it down, but Deshaun Nembhard couldn't get there. Foul called on Malongo. Mayo Malongo, born in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Later, he and his family were forced to actually flee to Malawi during a civil war. Spent 10 years in a refugee camp. Moved to Massachusetts as a 17-year-old with his family, and eventually, the game of soccer propelled him to League One. So you can see the top left-hand corner of your screen that Chattanooga is playing with 10 men. Could be trouble here. Elijah Amo, he's got a chance, and J.D. Myers cheats up. He makes a Herculean save. Doesn't look like a first-year pro. So Chattanooga playing with 10 men. Arguably the offense struggling the most in League One when they're at full strength, though. So it will be an uphill battle, but when you have someone like J.D. Myers playing the way he's playing, it might just be possible Red Wolves got a big result, a 1-1 draw against Hailstorm last week. Teams that is at the top of the table. Now here's a chance for Marsh. Marsh with the left, Marsh strikes, and he scores! That's the equalizer! Playing down a man, it does not matter. Siobhan Marsh with a brace in minute number 56. If you counted out the Red Wolves, you made a severe mistake. Siobhan Marsh has 5 goals on the year. He has 2 this evening. Here's another look how it went down. While Leffy found Marsh, had plenty of space to operate, he beat Akoto off ball, and TJ Bush left on an island. Siobhan Marsh putting the team on his back. It does not matter that they're down to playing with what looked to be their 3rd string keeper. JD Myers comes in, makes a couple of big saves. Siobhan Marsh, 2 goals. First one came in the 13th minute off a penalty he won and converted. And then in the 56th, Marsh strikes again. Tobias Otieno finds Akoto. Akoto probably looking for redemption after getting beat. He chips it in, and Walefi dives with the noggin to clear it away to Dangler. Back to Otieno, foot race. Otieno the cross, who's home? It's popped up in the air, Fonseca couldn't get it, and again cleared away. It'll be a corner kick. Richard Renteria just cut Chattanooga's losses with JD Myers on the ground and contesting Fonseca there. Now Kingsford Ajay gets a corner kick and a chance for Tormenta to respond right away after Marsh's 2nd goal. Kingsford Ajay has taken every corner for Tormenta today. He goes low this time. Fonseca settles. Fonseca strikes and he misses high. So JD Myers watches that one sail above his 6-foot frame. Myers facilitating low, and Tormenta regains possession. So after Chattanooga somehow scraped together a draw against the top team of the table last week, Hailstorm, a stoppage time goal in the 93rd minute for Ropapa Mensah, a striker we haven't even seen yet today. They come back in the second half, down 2-1 at the break, and a brace for Marsh to tie this one at 2 apiece. Ajay tries to penetrate the 18 once again, couldn't do so, at least not right away. Ship it back to Fonseca, he's offside. A NorCal rivalry takes center stage when the USL on ESPN continues. Alex Dixon leads a potent Monterey Bay FC attack against Paul Blanchette and a staunch Oakland Roots SC. It's Monterey Bay FC and Oakland Roots SC tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. So Nico Cardona throwing in, has 10 caps for the Puerto Rican national team, has actually served as the captain. played in the USL Championship for Hartford Athletic back in 2021. Says that his motto is that he wants to control games and he wants to be the protagonist of each game. Akoto on the far touchline, toe-to-toe with Siobhan Marsh, the man who beat him to the tune of Marsh's second goal just a few minutes ago. Marsh marking up Akoto once again. Nick Akoto will take the space that Kraft gives him. Into the box they go. Sterling the cross. He's thwarted away. Keziah Sterling regains control. It's Akoto. He whiffs on his shot. Nick Akoto wanted that one back, just missed it with the toe. And Walefi helps clear it away. It's been a tough second half for Nick Akoto. Ajay wanted the give and go, instead Deshaun Nembarn, who scored in the 10th minute for Tormenta, slows it down. Now Heckenberg gives it to Akoto. Give and go, Amo to Akoto. Fly ball, top of the 18, Fonseca was leveled by Hernandez, no call. Tobias Otieno finds Kingsford Ajay. What can these two do together? Ajay, back to Otieno, top of the 18. Now it's Keziah Sterling, he rockets it high. Tormenta getting ready for a sub. Makwele Akale, 26-year-old midfielder, will sub in for Elijah Amo.
Substitution for Tormenta.
Ian Cameron says that Akale comes into the game with a chip on his shoulder. And that might be exactly what Tormenta needs after Chattanooga scored just a few minutes ago, in the 56th minute to be exact, on a brace to equalize this game. Siobhan Marsh doing the damage. But Makwele Akale, who is a slender 5'5", 128 pounds, he can do damage. At trouble for TJ Bush, who was off balance. Pedro Hernandez gave it a run. Akoto wants to find Akale. Instead, he'll take it past Akale. Otieno, top of the 18, his pass to Ajay. Kingsford in the corner. Kingsford goes top right, and Makwele Akale is offside. Remember, fans, as a thank you for watching today's broadcast, Tormenta FC has provided a promo code for 10% off your next purchase at tormentafcshop.com. The online store has official TFC apparel, jerseys, and accessories. The promo code to get 10% off your entire merchandise order is USL Champions, all caps, no spaces. The code USL Champions at tormentafcshop.com to get 10% off your entire merchandise order. Again, that's USL Champions at tormentafc.com. Keziah Sterling put it on a platter for Makwele Akale. With the left, he finds Ajay. Ajay cuts to his right, top of the 18, Makwele Akale, he scores! Fresh off the bench. It's his third goal of the season and Tormenta's third. They're back on top in the 65th. Have another look. Ajay got it all going. Akale left alone. And J.D. Myers couldn't clean up the mess.
Up to $300 donated to the Statesboro Food Bank.
Makwele Akale making Ian Cameron look pretty smart, and it's his first goal since March. (3-2) Tormenta. Siobhan Marsh has both goals for Chattanooga. He tries to squeeze it into Hernandez. Deshaun Nembard couldn't handle it cleanly. He's frustrated. The reason being, we've got a corner kick coming up. Presented by Herb Shop in Chattanooga as a set piece immediately after the Tormenta score. Riley Kraft will take it. Can Chattanooga tie it up? Kraft goes low, easily handled by Sterling and company. Nice back pass, and Siobhan Marsh had it whistled off. A foul off ball going on Richard Renteria. Felipe Laborio in for Andrew Paoli. Substitution presented by Pestmaster Services. Angler goes to Akoto. Trying to turn the corner left. Nembard chips it in and cleared away by Mikkel Williams. Ian Cameron wants to see Bush better with his feet and see what Bush can do to facilitate out of the back here. J.D. Myers easily corrals that one. Myers is in for Chattanooga in exchange for Carlos Aviles, who was sent off in the 39th minute for his second yellow. You see top left-hand corner of your screen. Chattanooga playing with 10 men. Somehow the Red Wolves were able to tie it at 2 apiece, down a man, with Siobhan Marsh capping off his brace. And remember, this is a Red Wolves team who only had 1 road goal in 7 road matches heading into this afternoon. They have 2, but they need another. DJ Bush is there with Malongo on the run. Laborio booms it ahead into the box, and Malongo is only one person, couldn't do it himself. Nick Akoto manages the throw-in for Siobhan Marsh. The play on, and Walefi gets a whistle. So Chattanooga now gets a free kick. Chip it to the left-hand side of the box. Here's Marsh, the cross. Who's home? No one. Here comes Tormenta. Keziah Sterling turns on the burners. He's shoved down to the ground. A yellow card. Richard Renteria is the culprit. Renteria's third yellow of the season.
The yellow card shown to Chattanooga's number 2, Richard Renteria.
And Renteria made a decision. Sterling going downhill. There might be no stopping him cleanly. With him and Akale running in stride, might have been the smart play. Aquele Akale puts it back in the box. Kingsford Ajay couldn't do anything with that one. But instead, a corner kick coming up. Presented by Herb Shop. Ajay will take it from his dominant side. He's been the corner kick trigger man all evening. Is this the dagger? Line drive, it's loose, and Myers doesn't have to do anything with that one. Siobhan Marsh and company clearing it away for the Red Wolves. Making a run now. Nice takeaway by Otieno. But Fonseca fell down to the ground. He's still down. Malongo lost it, and Marsh captures it. Fonseca back up, but Chattanooga has a chance here. That pass way offline. Goal kick coming up. Jackson Corey is checking in for Kingsford Ajay. Davey Mason will replace Deshaun Nembard. Testmaster Services substitutions here. Corey is a first-year pro, 20 years young. He scored a goal in 3 consecutive matches back in April. Hasn't scored since. And I asked Ian Cameron, what do you have to do to get Corey back on the score sheet? But well, he said these droughts are inevitable for young strikers. Got to weather the storm, but it's made him a little bit better, a little bit smarter. And he had been a staple starter for Tormenta earlier in the year. Now Corey coming off the bench sees the game from a different perspective, and for that, Ian Cameron says he's wiser. Kingsford Ajay having a great match, and tough shoes to fill for Corey. Mateus Cassini will check in for Pedro Fonseca as well, who just took a shot.
Entering the match, number 10, Mateus Cassini. Exiting the match, number 8, Pedro Fonseca.
So Cassini gets his chance, the 8th match of the year for Cassini. He scored a goal in the 5-1 win over Lexington 2 weeks ago. You see Davey Mason trot on, the Bethesda, Maryland native. It's a suburb of Baltimore. So fresh legs for Tormenta, trying to close this one out. And Jimmy Weekley has the same strategy. Travis Nicklaw is in for Richard Renteria. Ropapa Mensa will trot on. Remember, Mensa had the stoppage time score last week against Hailstorm. Maya Malongo's day is done. So the Mensa substitution might be the headliner from that musical chair series we saw just a moment ago.
Number 2, Richard Renteria, entering the match, number 25, Travis Nicklaw.
Because of what he did as a scorer late. Johnny Guadarrama, fresh off the bench. In for Pedro Hernandez, an early pressure for Guadarrama. Chattanooga is going to have to be a little bit more creative, down a man and down a goal. Down the stretch here this evening. Akoto under pressure with Riley Kraft, and a nice box out there by Akoto. Yields a goal kick. So for Tormenta, you would think the game plan is pretty simple. just keep Chattanooga off the scoreboard and play that possession style that really gave you an advantage in the first half. There's Jimmy Weekly, the interim head coach. Has been the director of operations for Chattanooga since their inception back in 2019. And called upon the last 2 years to serve on an interim basis for the Red Wolves, with 2 head coaches cycled through. Jimmy Obleda last year and Ziggy Korotowski this year. They work it to Davey Mason, nutmeg pass. To Jackson Corey, here's the 20-year-old, the cross. Keziah Sterling in traffic, and Walefi takes it away. Sterling, hot pursuit on Myers. Jackson Corey has 3 goals on the year, and the Aussie lost the ball, but instead Tobias Otieno takes it away. We've got a whistle on Corey. He and Walefi getting tangled up. Can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus, you can hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app. So Papa Mensah getting involved. Very, very physical player, 25-year-old out of Ghana. He likes to be a floater. Siobhan Marsh in the box, TJ Bush off his line. Marsh couldn't turn around, but he does force a corner kick. Okay, so Chattanooga down a man. Set pieces, corner kicks. These are probably their best opportunities to equalize here late in this game on the road. The Herb Shop corner kick for Riley Kraft. Kraft goes back post. It's loose, turnaround, and no swing for Williams. Another corner kick coming up. Another corner kick, this time we flip fields. Johnny Guadarrama fresh off the bench. Lines up the corner. He goes back post, and TJ Bush pops it up. The punch away by Bush. Now Makwele Akali tumbles down, and Guadarrama is the reason why. So again, Chattanooga likely relying on the set pieces, playing down a man. They had 2 corners, couldn't do anything with it. As Guadarrama, who previously played for Park City Red Wolves, bumping up to League One in a big spot here against the reigning champs on the road. Jackson Corey, very physical on that box out, gives the keys back to his teammate Cassini, and Cassini is thrashed down. Got a yellow card to show for that one.
A yellow card from Chattanooga's number 4,
Nico Cardona is booked for his 5th yellow of the year, and it comes in the 80th minute. Gives Jackson Corey an opportunity from an awkward angle, but the first-year pro has never hesitated at awkward angles. Jackson Corey has a chance to put this one away. Chattanooga staying alive. Marsh trying to do it himself. He can't do that, though. It's Boone to the near touchline, and Corey keeps it in. Davey Mason off balance. Walefi. Goes to Malongo, and Malongo was off schedule with Guadarrama. Remember, the Red Wolves are 0-7 on the road this season. They had one road goal heading into this matchup against the reigning champs in a USL League One championship rematch. Guadarrama in the corner. Can he cook here? Well, Leffy lays it up for Cardona. Back to Guadarrama. Guadarrama with the left. TJ Bush climbs the ladder. He gobbles up the loose ball. Makwele Akale scored the third goal for Tormenta, potentially the deciding goal. Good ball ahead for Sterling. It's a foot race. He's upended. The ball is loose, and a whistle called. Jackson Corey was there. He had an opportunity, and Sterling colliding with Myers just as he did in the 39th minute against Carlos Aviles. And now Sterling is shaken up. The last time Sterling collided with a Chattanooga keeper, he got a penalty kick out of it. Right now, the attention on Sterling's health. Another look on the collision. Sterling and Myers full speed colliding together. And Keziah Sterling, a man who has been severely missed for Tormenta at times due to injury this season. So, trying to see if Sterling is okay. Meanwhile, Arthur Beausois will check in for Keziah Sterling. Now, Beausois, speaking of injuries, his season last year cut short due to an ACL. He's been valuable off and off the bench for Tormenta, as he still tries to get back to 100%. Right now, the trainer, Jake Van Dixon, helping Sterling up.
Cassini will go up next to Arthur on a 4-4-2, okay? So that we can get a bit more pressure, not be sat, okay?
Arthur Beausois will take Sterling's place. Sterling scored in the 43rd minute for Tormenta. It was his 4th goal of the season. And it was the 2nd goal of the evening for South Georgia. So Sterling will be severely missed. Beausois does give Tormenta a lot more physicality than Sterling, though. That might be what they need to nurse this 1-goal advantage. Chattanooga has their eyes set for at least a draw. Otieno very physical with Guadarrama. Mason finds an open Jackson Corey. The Aussie plays it back for Hackenberg. South Georgia in no rush. They've dominated possession all day. And that seems to be the formula the rest of the way. Corey lost his footing. Corey staying up front. Davey Mason dribbles into the corner, turns the corner on Kraft. Mason the cross, who's there? It pinballs out. Beausois had an opportunity to put this one away. And Chattanooga treading water still. We've got a yellow card on Arthur Beausois now. It's his first card of the year. And Beausois came charging in on the cross from Davy Mason. So Chattanooga stays alive with a fortunate break for the Red Wolves. Tormenta has had multiple chances to seal the deal. Cassini finds Heckenberg. We've got a foul against Tormenta now. I beg your pardon, offside. They got Makwele Akale. So Chattanooga needs to make a move. And remember, late goals, not necessarily foreign to the Red Wolves. Ropapa Mensah scored in the 93rd minute against Hailstorm, the team at the top of the table last week, to get a 1-1 result. This cross by Kraft, that one is offside. Ropapa Mensah was just a little too eager. Mensah point blank, can't blame him. Again, that's the guy to look out for when it comes to late goals. But an added challenge for the Red Wolves. Not only are they playing on the road with their backs against the wall, down by 1 goal late, they're doing all that with 10 men. Akoto upended. Riley Kraft, I beg your pardon, Guadarrama on the collision there. Oh, okay. We see you, Bolt. A little too small action. And Makwele Akale is 5'5", 128. If anyone's too small, it might be him. Walefi ahead. And Davy Mason helps track it down for Tormenta. Otieno finds Akale. Makwele tries to force it to Cassini, but Mateus can't field it cleanly. Mensah can't turn around. Akale takes it right back. Give and go, Corey to Mason. Turns the corner. Is this the dagger? No, not right now. The cross was thwarted away by Travis Nicola. And an herb shop corner coming up for Tormenta. That is a potentially match-saving play by Nicola. And now Jackson Corey will take the corner kick. First player for Tormenta not named Kingsford Ajay, lining up a corner. But Corey, with a left foot dominant, takes it from this side. He goes low. Akale Deke. Nice play by Kilwine to keep it in Tormenta's possession, and you can see bottom of your screen, Marsh is frustrated. He knows this might be the beginning of the end of the night. Cassini lines it up. We got a corner kick coming up. Three minutes of stoppage time.
The fourth officials indicated we will play a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Remember, 3 minutes of stoppage time is all Chattanooga needed last week against Hailstorm to walk away with a 1-1 draw. Now, that was at Memorial Stadium in Chattanooga. They're on the road now, backs against the wall. And Tormenta is not playing soccer anymore, they're playing keep away. Travis Nicklaw in his second stint with Chattanooga after signing in the middle of 2020. Didn't play in 21 and 22 due to injury. And now he's trying to help Chattanooga work their way back upfield. J.D. Myers, his first professional outing, took over in the 39th minute for Carlos Aviles when the keeper was sent off due to 2 yellows. Corey finds Beausois, now Akale on the right flank. Here's McQuelly, Akale, he wants to put this one away. He is down. McQuelly, Akale wins a penalty, and it's Walefi as the culprit. Have another look. McQuelly, Akale turns right. Walefi there to trip him up. So now Tormenta is 1 penalty kick away from taking the first 2 bouts of this season series. Akale, he scores! Tormenta is going home with all 3 points tonight. They're up 4-2 in stoppage time. It's a second half brace for Akale. And the first year pro, J.D. Myers, guessed correctly, couldn't stop him. In the 65th minute, Akale scored at the top of the 18. And now in stoppage time, Akale puts a lid on this one. Akale off the bench with a brace in the second half. 4 goals on the year for the 26-year-old midfielder, who prior to tonight last scored in March. And that'll do it. Tormenta 4 and Chattanooga 2. McQuelly Akale with a second half brace off the bench. He breaks his scoreless skid, and Tormenta wins their second in a row. They take the first 2 against the Red Wolves this season. South Georgia Tormenta riding the coattails of McQuelly Akale, the man of the match, presented by Galactic Comics. Who else but Akale? Again, he hadn't scored since March, and he flipped a switch off the bench tonight. Man of the match, and it's a no-brainer. Akale scored in stoppage time. He also scored in the 65th minute. And we go back to the 65th minute for play of the match presented by Bullock Solutions. This was the decider. And Akale, only minutes off the bench, does what Ian Cameron sent him on to do. It started with Keziah Sterling. Laid it up for Akale, but then Akale works it left. It's Kingsford Ajay really facilitating. He gets the assist. Akale 1 touch and through past J.D. Myers with a left in the right corner. Save of the match presented by Vision Source and TJ Bush did what he had to do. Wasn't his best performance, but he did come up with this beauty off the corner kick from Guadarrama. The Muhammad Ali punch away, and Akale helped him clear the traffic from there. South Georgia Tormenta, 4-2 win over the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Unbelievable outing for Tormenta at home, but we're not done. Stick around for full-time highlights and stats on the other side right here on ESPN+.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. Others may talk about the new normal, but at Optum Health System we've always provided high-quality, personalized care safely. If you have recently delayed your care, we want to reassure you we are prepared to care for you. Our absolute commitment to safe, high-quality, personalized care is stronger than ever. We welcome you back to Optum Health System.
¿Ya casi estás lista?
Tormenta 4 and the Red Wolves only 2. The full-time score, South Georgia K here for Siobhan Marsh. Tied at 1 apiece, and then later on, it was a penalty kick on the other side. Keziah Sterling colliding with Aviles. That was a two-parter, though. Not only did Sterling get the PK, he also got it at the expense of Aviles' day. Aviles with his second yellow, he's sent off in the 39th minute, and Keziah Sterling, this is target practice. He can do that in his sleep. On J.D. Myers, the first-year pro, we'll see more from him later. Sterling makes it 2-1 in favor of Tormenta into the break off his 9th career penalty kick goal. Then we go to half number 2. And it looks like Chattanooga is dead in the water. They're only playing with 10 men, but Siobhan Marsh is one of them. Marsh with a brace in the first and second half. He gets it. 2-2, we're tied. But then, a few minutes later, it was Makwele Akale. Off the feed from Ajay. Akale off the bench. 63rd minute, make that 65th minute. He's waiting for it, and that puts Tormenta up 3-2. That would be the decider. J.D. Myers couldn't stop it. Akale, perfect there, gets the brace in the second half off the bench. Stoppage time score off the penalty kick, and Tormenta takes this one 4-2. Now we take you the full-time stats presented by Galactic Comics, and a lot going right for South Georgia. They had possession to the tune of 68% at the break. They hold on to that same clip through the full-time stats. Unbelievable showing for South Georgia Tormenta. They get the goals when it counts. 20 shots to only 8 for Chattanooga. Well, we really thank our producer, Brady Kujawa, making it possible, with Hunter Nixon on replay and David Rodriguez making it all sound good. I'm Brad Klein. Final score, 4 for Tormenta, 2 for the Red Wolves. South Georgia won the chip over Chattanooga last year. They beat them in May, and they beat them tonight. This has been the USL League One on ESPN+. Good night, everyone.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.